Yes, hello again. It's me, Professor Jordan Peterson, with yet another of my lectures on the nature of reality. And recently I have found myself very perplexed and perturbed by a video game that came out roughly 10 years ago. It was called Super Mario Galaxy for the Wii. Now, one should begin by discussing the obvious phallic significance of the Wii remote, what Freud would very clearly call that a phallic symbol. However, the more sublime analysis of Carl Jung indicates that the Wii remote is more archetypical of the wizard's wand, and through it the wizard archetype, which suggests man's desire to control God's dominion through the feminine mystique of black magic. Now, here we have a particularly perplexing problem for Super Mario. You see, as Super Mario gains control of this mushroom here, he believes that he can transform himself into a bee, and simply having put on a bee costume, he now refers to himself as Bee Self, and therefore believes that he can assert his own will upon reality and therefore control how others refer to him when he is very clearly just a man in a bee costume. And this denial of reality is seen so commonly on the left and represents their desire to assert their control over both God's dominion and God's creation itself, but also over how we relate to this through language. And Mario is very clearly a leftist archetype because of his constant consumption of mushrooms and peyote being very, very popular among the leftists and the radical left who believe in consciousness altering through the use of psychedelics. And here we have Mario flying through the clouds and everything, and so once again Mario is very clearly trying to assert his dominion over God's dominion, and from there to become part of the feminist agenda and the desire to control through archetypical black magic. And we need to think very, very clearly about this because Mario, it's a game that's often played by children, and children are being indoctrinated with these leftists' ideas of how the world works, which bears no congruence to reality whatsoever. It's very clearly an attempt at redefining the most fundamental metaphysical nature of human existence, and we must not allow it. The leftists will tell you that it's just a video game, but it is most certainly not just a video game. It is resulting in the current impoverishment of young men and the lack of character among young men.